A year ago, I signed up for the Discover Abroad program to Australia the week the applications opened. After getting admitted to the program soon afterwards, I had months in advance to think about how this trip would go. I wondered who I would be on the trip, besides the few friends I knew that were going. I wondered what I would learn, how we'd go about it. I'd had buddies go to Australia in May and absolutely love it, but they took different classes than I did that were specific to their major. I was going to be learning about progress and how our definition of progress can shape how we improve our efforts towards sustainability. Before this trip, I thought of national progress as basically the same thing as a country's GDP from year to year, asking the simple questions like, is this country showing strong economic growth year after year? That was my definition of progress. This trip has shown me how ignorant it is to consider only economic initiatives when looking at a country's progression. But more so, this trip has taught me a new way to think about sustainability. It's not as simple as just trying to be green. Although, yes, this is a good start. It's more complicated than that. Sustainable development pertains to meeting the needs of present generations without setting back the future generations' ability to provide for themselves. But this idea goes beyond monetary value like GDP. On our trip, we talked about a concept known as the triple bottom line, which shows two other areas beyond profits that have to be taken into account in regards to progression, society, and environment. But even beyond these three agendas, there was a moral component to progress, so it's become a quadruple bottom line. I now understand progress to be a four-piece puzzle rather than a single measure of economic output. This one idea of a multi-layered idea of progress opens my eyes to a new understanding of how the world works. So often as a society do we strive to be successful, and we aren't even wrong to strive success. Where we are wrong is how we see success. For this trip, my understanding heavily relied on economic success. I don't just want to make money to have nice things. It's more along the lines of how I want to be able to have the ability to give my children and their children the same opportunities and more that my parents gave me and continue to give me. I want to be able to provide my children the chance to go on a Discover Abroad trip like this trip I just got back from. So yes, I'm concerned with money and being able to have enough of it, yet I understand the world beyond my own personal economic agenda. As my dad always says, many hands make light work. I've always been a huge proponent of this idea for small tasks like my roommates and I making sure our house is clean. This idea can be applied to this concept of sustainable development. It starts with our culture. One huge lesson I've taken away from all of this talk about progress and sustainability is how we can provide for the future generations through schooling. Our generation can be the pioneers of a new era of sustainability by teaching upcoming children the idea of the triple or quadruple bottom line, how progress isn't solely a measure of economic prosperity,